look at that view. Let me not die, but look at that. Look at those mountains. That is so nice. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cam. I'm doing this out of order because I don't know how the heck to motovlog, but it's me. Hello. How you doing? You looking mighty fine today. My gosh, did you lose some weight? Hopefully the audio's a little bit better. I just invested in a little bit better quality stuff, so hopefully it sounds a little bit better. Still learning how the heck to do it on a budget, because your boy is rubbing two pennies together for one, right? It's hard. But no, guys, I just wanted to make a quick video. Hopefully it's quick. I don't know, I ramble like I am right now. My gosh. I'm making a video, don't know how long it's gonna be, talking about my bike, my lovely Casey. How you doing, girl? And kind of just how I got this motorbicycle. Yeah. What am I doing? I'm going on Paseo. I'm a freaking dingus. But just kind of talking about this bike and how I got it, what I had before it, where I live in great old New Mexico. New Mexico. But sorry, I'm so happy, it's so nice. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Enjoy the video.
Who wants to see me do a big ass stunt?
Oh man. Do you guys ever get up and you're like, man, I don't want to do jack crap today. And then you step outside, it's cool, 65 degrees, it's sunny, and you're like, it's criminal not to ride. So guess what I did? I got on my bike and we're riding. What a great day. Isn't it great how like my little crappy mirror gives a perfect view of my d***? Just look at that. Yeah. Yeah, that's freaking hot and useful. Pop, pop, boom, boom. Skitty, pop, pop, pop. Yeah. I haven't really made a video on what kind of bike I got, but this is my 2003. I don't know where I'm going, but this is my 2003 Kawasaki KLX400R. It's the same exact bike as a DRZ 400E, which is actually the bike I wanted, but this one's green, so heck yeah. I love this thing, dude. Prior to this, last summer, I had my first bike. It's a 2001 Suzuki DR200. It had no balls, which was fine because then I could learn on it, not kill myself, and I could wring the absolute like piss out of it, main gears, and not be breaking the law. This is a little easier to break the law, not necessarily for speed, but for freaking wheelies. Talk about the bike a little bit. When I bought this thing, it was not street legal. I had a street title, which in New Mexico is kind of a big deal because New Mexico is kind of, holy view. Guys, that is gorgeous. That is so pretty. But when I bought this thing, it had a street title, which I was like, yes, because off-road titles are just silly. And I guess they're technically not fully street legal, according to sources. We'll go to Craigslist. I've been looking at these. I was looking at let's see, I didn't want to spend more than like $1,500, but then I did. So I was looking for kind of a street bike because I wanted to commute on it. And when I say street, I mean like early 90s, like farm bikes that were sitting in barns for years. And my goal was to get one that was running, not exactly pretty, but that I could ride and beat up a little bit. So I was looking at early 90s Honda Nighthawks, the 750s. And I wanted to make a kind of a cafe racer, but I don't know, man. I've noticed that when I test rode one, and that thing was $1,200 and it was so trash. Tank needed painting, which I didn't really mind, but something big that I was worried about was, something I really was concerned about was that right there, keyed ignition. Because I live in Albuquerque. I don't know if you don't know, but Albuquerque has a reputation for getting stuff stolen and broken into. And at first I was like, okay, like what place doesn't? But my uncle, he was like, no bro, it's real. My car got broken into for a bag of chips and bean dip. And I was like, so that was a big concern. And the bike I was looking at had a broken ignition. It had an ignition, like a keyed ignition, but you can start it without the key. And I was like, no. Rode that, and it rode fine. It was plenty quick, but it was heavy, and I came to realize that whenever I bought a bike, the first time, the DR200, that thing was slow and didn't do anything, but holy moly was it fun. It was a blast to ride. It was so fun because you could like do tiny weenies, oh my gosh, tiny wheelies in like first gear, and 5 miles an hour because that thing clocked out at 7. It was fun as heck, man. I like hop curbs and go off-road all day. It was probably easier to be off-road on that than this thing because it was so dang short. I could flat foot, no problem. And it was so fun. It could go anywhere, do anything, and it was awesome. Little tank, little air-cooled tank. The CB Nighthawk was a freaking gigantic, bloated cruiser bike that I did not want to do or go on. You know. Just going on adventures, you know me. I guess. Bet. Oh yeah, that felt good. But yeah, that thing was not fun. It could not do this and just go off and be like, ooh, that looks fun, and then go on it. You couldn't do that, and I missed that, and I realized that I wanted something that was fun, not necessarily that just got me A to B. That's what my Altima did. I wanted something that I could have fun on, drop, and not worry about too much, at least. And I started looking for DRZs because freaking everyone and their mom has one, and I knew that they were reliable and essentially tanks. That, and I knew that they were a little more laid back than a CRF, and that's the only thing I had a reference to. And that 450, man, it freaking pulls like a train. And it has plenty power for what I need. I mean, it's torquey, it's fun, it's loud, which I freaking love. I love being able to hear my bike. It's so fun, man. Found it on Craigslist, where I buy everything. The guy wanted $2,250. It had been on Craigslist for a few months. I was skeptical on it because it had a brand new top end, and usually I wanted everything stock, but I figured I haven't found anything else, so I'll give it a try. Whatever. Goodness, sorry, forgot what gear I'm in. I was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot, even though it has a new top end and and didn't have a tail light. Had a street title, no tail light. I was like, whatever, I can wire that. I rode it. I rode that CB750 on the test ride a lot longer and farther than I did on this, and I felt confident in my decision buying this because I had like no worries. On that CB, I rode it and I was like, this thing kind of sucks. But on this thing, rode it and I was like, yes. I got my B-Rat stickers because freaking duh. And whenever you buy B-Rad stickers, you get a 30% better at your wheelie, so I had to take that. But this is my bike, guys. I love her so much. What have I done to it? Changed the brake fluid in both the rear and front. Got a ram mount today. Got my sick AutoZone mirror that shows you my wiener. Got the taillight. This is the Chirby's LED X-LED taillight, and it was super easy, my pro zip tying skills. But I had to replace the brake switch, and this is my horrible ghetto job on trying to get that bolt out, which is stripped. All these are stripped, which is just what you want when you're trying to replace this. Got the LED wired up, changed the brake fluid because that has to be done with the brake switch. Had to bleed it, so I might as well change it. Did the oil and did the coolant, and that's all that I've done so far. I wanted to get supermoto tires on it, but brand new they're like $1,200, and used they're like $600, which is still great. But I don't have that right now. I'm gonna just invest in some dual sport tires for now and get a street set later, because I'd rather spend $175 on tires and installation than than you know, $1,200 plus installation. But yeah, dude, this thing, I love it. If you're looking at a DRZ or a KLX400, the only 1 year they had it, pick it up, man. They are so much fun. I don't know another bike. What's up, dude? What up? That's awesome. So that's a little video of just how I bought this bike, what I had prior. And guys, if you like this video, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like. That helps me out so much. To the 4 people that have subscribed so far, thank you very much. So that's awesome. Windy! Woo! Drag that knee. Drag that knee, dog. Drag that knee. But yeah, guys, if you liked what you saw, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Feels real nice when you do, and I like it a lot when you do. But please guys, I need the subscribers. No, guys, seriously, thank you so much for watching. It is Cam to Cam, and as always, I think my steering does not feel like. Oh, what was that?
Who can say where the road